Hey guys, welcome back to this Postman course. Today we will be looking at how you can send GET request or your first request in Postman, right? So we'll be sending a GET request type. We'll see briefly on all those topics related to requests in Postman, right? So we'll be looking at the different request types, how you can create a new request, how you can build your request URLs, how you can select a different request type, what are the different types of parameters, how you can add query parameters to your request, how you can add request headers, and what are the default headers which are added in a GET request. What is, how do you send a request in Postman and what do you get back in response? How do you view that in Postman, right? So all these topics we'll be looking at. Now, if you are completely new to our channel, I would request you to please go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is QS Script, right? So either you can go and click at the bottom of the screen, you will see a subscribe button, or else you can also search us on YouTube. Just type QS Script and it will take you to our homepage where you can subscribe to our channel, right? So there are lots of free videos on this channel and I'll be adding more videos on a regular basis. So please go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any new topics. Now let's go back to our Postman tool and let's configure our first request in Postman, right? So this is the Postman tool, and let me close all the windows here, right? So that we can start fresh. So yeah, so this is the dashboard which you'll be getting when you are working in Postman, right? So whenever you log in into your Postman tool, this is the dashboard which is presented to you. Here you can do different kinds of things like creating a request, collection, environment, API, but we'll be looking at a request, right? Now there are different ways of creating a request, right? So you can click here on the dashboard, create a request, right? And it will open a window here where you need to enter all your details, request details, right? There are other ways of doing it, right? So you can also click on this new button and here you will get the options to create a request, right? This will ask you for a request name and description, right? You can also create it from a collection, right? So go to collection, click on these three dots, and you will see the add request option here. So here also you can add your request by name and description, right? So saying that the most easiest way is to just click on this plus button and you'll be getting to this window where you can enter your get request, right? So for this uh, video, I'll be using one of the weather APIs, which are kind of open APIs, right? It just requires you to create uh, a token, right? Once you sign in into this weather API. So the URL is openweather.org, right? And if you go into the API, they have got lots of APIs, which are obviously free, but there is a limit on how many requests you can send on a free account, right? So once you sign in, right, onto this weather API, you you will be able to generate API keys, right? So if you go to the API key section, you can generate your API key here, right? So give it a name and it will be generated. So I already have one, but I can generate another one like Postman and click on generate, right? So it will generate another API key. So you can generate as many as you want for um, your purpose, right? So yeah, so let's copy this, right? And we are going to use this. So let's open this API or get started window, right? Where we'll look at our first API and we will see how we can uh, use this API, right? So, and In this, you can select any of the APIs. I'm going to select this current weather for any geolocation, right? And so, so as you can see, there are different types of, you can do by city ID, city name, geographic coordinates, right? So I'm going to use the city name. Now it accepts two parameters. One is this city name and one is the app ID, which is your nothing but your app key, right? Now, if you want to simply just test whether this is working or not, right? So go ahead and construct this API. So let's go back to our Postman, and here that's our URL, right? So go and paste this URL here. So now let's understand what's there in this URL. So URL is nothing but an endpoint for your API, right? So every request has to have a URL through which you can access the information from the server, right? So this is the endpoint where that information is located. So it is going to find that on the server, and depending on the parameters, it's going to return you some results. Okay, so as soon as I add this in Postman, Postman is going to identify that there are two parameters and it's going to add it automatically to the query parameters here, right? So you can add your own query parameters as well. So I can add a ID here, right? And it will be equals to, not equals to. So here you can give your value, okay? So that way you can add a query parameter. So let's remove it. And you can also add the query parameters directly here. Okay, so if you do this, right, query parameters are always followed by a question mark. So once you type question mark, right, and Q, so that was our city name, right? And then we had another one, which is app ID, right? So in Q, what I'm going to type, so the city name. Let's, for example, let's take London, right? So let's see the weather in London and app ID. So let's copy it from our API key, which we generated. So this is our API key and I'm going to pass it here, right? So as you can see, it has constructed this URL, which consists of two parameters. One is the city name, so Q equals to London and app ID equals to this, right? So these are the two parameters through which it's going to filter the results out of this endpoint, right? So there will be lots of results which will be returned by this particular endpoint, but we want it to filter out by location London, right? Similarly, with different API requests, you can choose different query parameters, right? Depending on how your API is built, okay? Now, looking at Postman, as you see, as soon as we create a request, new request, right? Get is by default selected. So request type is get always. Now, if you want to change that, you can change it to post, put, patch, delete, right? And there are lots of other request types which are present in Postman. You can also create your own custom, you can also create your own custom request type in Postman, okay? So this is how you can choose your request type. So currently we have chosen the get request type because our API is of get request type, right? So this is a get request, okay? Now we have seen what is query parameters, right? Now, if you want to look at the other kind of parameter, right? So for that, let's take out this, or we will see. So there is something called path parameters, right? So as soon as I hit, I mean, after the URL, if you type this colon, right? So that indicates that it is a path parameter. Now, if I type anything here, it is going to add a path variable section here automatically in Postman, right? So you'll be able to see it. It constructs of key and a value pair, right? So you can enter any path variable here, but that should be dependent on your API. If it is accepting any path variable, you can enter it, right? So this is how you can enter a path variable, okay? Now, what's the difference between query parameter and path variables? So query parameters will help you filter your results from the API. Path variables is something which will find that particular resource on the endpoint, right? With the help of this path variable, it will directly find that resource. Okay, so that's the difference between query parameters and path variables. Now, let's look at some other properties of our GET request, right? So as you can see, there are different sections here mentioned. You have authorization section where you can authorize your API, right? So with API key, and there are different types of authorizations. We are going to look at these later on, but just remember that you can authorize your API using this section, right? So you can choose a type and then you can enter the values here, okay? So right now I'm not going to use any kind of authorization because we are passing the app ID in the URL itself as a query parameter, right? Now, coming to headers. So there are some auto-generated headers as soon as you select a request type and enter a URL. So based on that information, Postman generates default headers, right? So you can either hide these headers or you can show these headers here. So once you click on that, you will be able to see all the default headers like host, username, user agent, accept encoding, connection, right? So if you click on this I link, so you will be able to see the information related to this particular header, okay? Now, you can also change the value of this header, right? Depending on your API, or you can also add your own header, right? So if I add a header like this, so it's going to include this information in the header. Now, what are headers? So headers are some metadata information which is accepted by the server, right? So server needs this headers in order to process your request. So these needs to be sent along with your request. That's why Postman is automatically adding these headers by default, and you can also add your own headers if they are required, right? So for this API, we don't require any headers. Similarly, you can also send a body to this request, but this is mostly required when you are working or with a post or a put request, right? When you are creating a new resource or you are updating any resource, you need to send a body with your request, right? And there are different types of so we are going to look at all of these when we look at our post request type, right? Now then there are other things like pre-request script tests, which again we'll be looking at later sections, right? And then there are settings. You can enable different settings here: SSL certificate verification, and redirects are automatically enabled by Postman for this request. You can also add lots more, right? So the encoding is automatically enabled for this URL by Postman. You can disable the cookie jar and lots of other options, but right now those are mostly not required, right? So these are the different properties, you can say, of a GET request, right? Apart from the endpoint URL, which is there, you can have parameters, you can have authorization, you can have headers, you can have a body for your request type, right? So since now we have built our request, let's go ahead and send this request and see what happens with Postman, right? So once you send this request, Postman, you don't need to write any code in order to send this request and get a response from the server, right? You just need to give this URL and Postman is going to process your request, and it once it gets the response, it's going to show you it on its own UI, right? So as soon as I hit the send button, the request is sent to the server. It also got a response, right? So once you see the status, it's 200. So that means our request was processed successfully and we got a response in a body type, right? So now body types can be different, and we'll look at all of these when we validate our response, right? So we are going to look at after this video how you can validate your response. But this is the basic idea of how you can send your first request, or you can send a GET request from Postman. What are the things you can add and how you can process that request. So I hope this video was helpful in understanding what is a GET request and how do you send a request, a API request in Postman. So if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or feedback, please leave it on this video and I will get back to you for sure. Thanks. And join me in the next video where we'll be looking at validating our response, how you can do some testing or manual verifications on the response.